The Big Five are perhaps the oddest of the villains. They're presented as fairly intimidating, but when it comes to dueling, they literally beat no one. I mean, no one. I mean, if you're losing to characters who aren't even duelists, what kind of villain are you? That said, they do have one of the coolest boss monsters around. Five-headed Dragon shows up in the anime a few times. However, his card game prowess mostly shown by revealing him in your extra deck to activate Future Fusion and send 5 dragons to the grave. This is another one of those cards that doesn't have a whole lot of support around him, other than the generic dragon stuff, but Konami did release a variant called Five-Headed Link Dragon, so that did give us some direction to work with. The premise of this deck is to bring out the big bad Five-Headed Dragon or one of its variants. That includes the original, the Link, and the one we've designed, which we'll start off with first. Five-Headed Xyz Dragon. This card requires 5 level 8 headed dragon monsters to summon, and we'll get into those here shortly. This boss has the same battle protection as the other two, but he also gains effects depending on the attributes of his materials. If it includes Dark, he can't be banished by card effects. If it includes Earth, he can't be destroyed by card effects. If it includes Fire, he can declare as many attacks per battle phase as materials he has. If it includes Water, he can't be targeted by card effects. And if it includes Wind, he can't be returned to the extra deck by card effects. So pretty formidable when first summoned, but every opponent's end phase you have to detach one of those materials and give up one of its protections. Alright, now we have the 5-headed dragon monsters: Fire, Water, Dark, Earth, and Wind. These monsters in some sense are watered down versions of the dragon rulers, and they share most of the same effects, all of which only allow you to use them once per turn. They can't be used as material for summons except for the summon of a 5-headed monster, and when they're normal summon, you can special summon one headed dragon monster from your grave, and you can discard each of them alongside another one of them with a different name, or a light monster, to special summon one headed dragon monster from your deck with a different name from the discarded cards. So those are the effects that they all share, but they each have different triggers that also grant them the effect of summoning 2 headed dragon monsters with different names from your graveyard. Those triggers are as follows. For Fire, when you take damage from a card effect. For Water, when a card is discarded from your hand. For Dark, when a card you control is banished. For Earth, when a card you control is destroyed. And for Wind, when a card you control is returned to your hand. So the name of the game is all about trying to bring out the right monster who can then help you bring out even more until you have all 5 to bring out the extra deck bosses. The last monster, as you may have caught, is a light monster, and that is the 5-color Stone of Legend, a light level 1 dragon who has 2 effects. 1, if he's sent to the grave, you can add 1 headed dragon monster from your deck to your hand, and 2, you can tribute him to gain 1 tribute free normal summon of a headed dragon monster. As mentioned before, there are a lot of existing dragon support out there that works well with this deck, so there's not too many spell and traps that we've designed. The first one is the Big Five, a continuous spell designed to trigger the double summoning effect of any of the headed dragon monsters. All you do is send 1 headed dragon monster from your deck to the grave, and either choose to take 1000 damage to activate the Fire monster's effect, discard a card to activate the Water monster's effect, banish a card you control to activate the Dark monster's effect, destroy a card you control to activate the Earth monster's effect, or return 1 monster you control to the hand to activate the Wind monster's effect. The other spell is 5 Heads, a card at the mere price of 5,000 life points can special summon 5 different headed dragon monsters from your grave that can be normal summoned. Given that hefty price, this card cannot be responded to, but also those monsters cannot declare an attack, essentially prompting you to go into the extra deck monsters. Our trap of the deck is a continuous trap, 3 more heads. This effect is triggered when one of your headed dragon monsters is destroyed, letting you special summon 3 headed dragon monsters with different names that can be normal summoned from your grave. So allowing you to maintain field presence while also building you up toward the number of monsters that you need to summon the extra deck variants. So that does it for the 5-headed dragon archetype. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts and feedback in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay tuned as we reveal the last card of these first 25 that we are customizing.